What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share. It's dope content if you like it. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now this joint right here is a time when a nigga got into 3 shootouts in one day. Yeah, man. 3 shootouts, less than 24 hours. You heard? Yeah, man. It was crazy, you heard? Now look, it go down like this. The first shootout happened at Taft High School. Yeah, Taft High School back in 1992, back in 1993. You know what I'm saying? The dude was running around Taft, me, a whole bunch of dudes from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We used to be going to Taft. Some of us went to Taft. Some of us used to just go around Taft. And I went to Taft in '89. You heard? That was when I got graduated out of junior high school, 166. I went to Taft High School. That was my first high school I went to. You know what I'm saying? And only reason why I went there because all the dudes from my block went there, and I was hip. And they was coming back telling me the stories how they used to be setting it on dudes, beating dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Putting dudes in the hospital and all that. Yeah, man. Niggas from my block putting dudes in the hospital in Taft. You heard? Beating dudes to a pulp. You heard? You know what I'm saying? For fun, for GP. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Then you had another dude from my block, this dude that's in the story. He was from my block. He used to have an older dude from my block, a big dude, my man Emmett. He used to have my man Emmett beating up dudes for him, you heard? So my man Emmett was one of them big, he was from Panama, so he liked to fight and he liked to kick niggas, you know what I'm saying? And his shit was kicking niggas. So that nigga kick your head off, you know what I'm saying? So my man, this nigga from my block, he used to be using my man Emmett to fight a lot of his battles. Like, if he ain't like certain niggas, he be like, yo, if certain niggas that he was fronting on them and all that, or he didn't like them niggas over a girl or certain little sucker shit, the nigga be like, yo, do that nigga dirty for me. And M was crazy, you know what I'm saying? My man M was Bruce Lee kicking niggas for nothing, you heard? Boom, bop, kicking niggas' heads off. I'm talking about he was kicking niggas' heads off so much that he was kicking certain niggas' heads off, and they wasn't even coming back to school, B. They was getting transfers, B, from a fight, nigga. From a fight, nigga. My man Emmett was kicking niggas' heads off. So my man Emmett was telling me all the stories, how he was kicking niggas' heads off, breaking niggas up, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Doing him on his Bruce Lee shit, you heard? And so I wanted to go there, you know what I'm saying? Then you had the dude Matthew that was going from my hood. He was going there. He used to be beating niggas up. Every day they was coming back talking about how they beat a nigga up, choked the nigga out, kicked the nigga head off. So I wanted to go there, B. You heard? That's how I was. I wanted to go there. So I signed up to go. So boom. I didn't even have to sign up to go because that was my zone school, so I would have went there anyway. But the other 3 schools that I got picked for, I didn't even pick them. I got picked for Gompers, I got picked for Smith, and I got picked for Clinton, you heard? And I didn't pick none of those schools. I went to Taft, you heard? My zone school. So boom, when I got there, my first year, I did ninth grade there. I did it type good because I was trying to be on the basketball team and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the JV basketball team, my ninth grade. So you can't be on the basketball team if you bad or your grades ain't up. So I had to keep my grades up, and I had to make sure that I wasn't too bad so I could stay on the team. And like I said, I did ninth grade good. You know what I'm saying? That ninth grade was where I really was learning to know everybody that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Niggas from Webster, niggas from the 9, niggas from the West Side, niggas from Uptown, 240, 170 on the Concourse. You know what I'm saying? All that area. You know what I'm saying? So all the people that I didn't know, I started to know them in Taft, ninth grade. You know what I'm saying? And nigga was doing him. You heard? Like I told you. So now, boom. I wound up getting kicked out of Taft. You heard? Yeah. Just by 10th. Just started the second year, 10th grade, I got kicked out. I already got into something by November. I was already out of school. You heard? I was already out of school. And they gave me a superintendent suspension, you heard? And when you got a superintendent suspension, you out of school for like 2 months. So I was out of school from December and January. And I wound up going back to school in February, starting a new school. And that new school was Wharton High School. They sent me up to Wharton. So I used to go to school, be in Wharton to a certain time, like around 1, 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like 1:30. Then I leave school, then I go down to Taft. You heard? And be in Taft. You heard? In the remainder. Then sometimes I leave school early and go down to Tab and be in Tab lunchroom and everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, I already had my name up. All the teachers, all the security guards, everybody knew me. So basically, they already knew I was a bad kid. So they was like, yo, they used to just let me do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to sneak in the mess hall or in the lunchroom, they see me in there, they don't even say nothing to me, you heard? You know what I'm saying? They'll just be like, yo, just make sure such and such don't see you. Just make sure such and such don't see you. Certain people don't see me, I was good, you heard? But I used to be in the lunchroom every day and didn't even go to Tab, you heard? It was off the wall, you know what I'm saying? I used to have be in there with my gun, all that, you heard? This is at a time when sometimes I used to carry my gun. But this day I didn't have my gun on me. So one day, this is like 92, 93, you know what I'm saying? I'm around Tab. Boom, boom, chilling like a villain. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a pizza shop. So, boom, I go to the pizza shop. I see them dudes from my hood. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of dudes from my hood. These niggas is on it. You heard? My guys, they on it. You heard? Niggas running around, busting a gun. You know what I'm saying? Going to house parties. You know what I'm saying? Repping off. You know what I'm saying? Holding their name down. This is the years when niggas is getting their names up. So, boom. I see niggas. It ain't nothing. I'm chilling around Tab. I just got around there. Them niggas is walking up the hill. They like, yo, I'll see you later, lad. They give me a pound. They walk up the hill. So, boom, they walk up the hill. So, about 5 minutes later, a girl named Idris come running down the hill. Like, Larry, what? I said, what's up? She said, your peoples is up the block. They getting into something. So, I'm like, oh, word? So, boom, I run up the block. So, when I get up to the top of the hill and I get up to the joint, I see my man out. One of my mans, he beefing with some Jamaican dudes, you heard? The Jamaican dudes used to stand by the top door at Tab. They used to be on Sheridan. The first door, that's where the Jamaican dudes and all that Jamaican people used to be at. They used to gather there. They used to, when schools, beginning of school and the end of school, that's where they gather at. So boom. So when I rolled up there, I see one of my mans that just walked up the hill. They beefing with one of the with a Jamaican dude, right? But it's not clear who he's beefing with because he's just talking out loud. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't see none of them Jamaican dudes saying nothing. Like you see one dude, all of them looking scared, but it's like 3 dudes and 2 chicks. You know what I'm saying? And all of them looking scared. All of them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know who he beefing with. So he beefing with a nigga. So now he got my main gun out. Yeah, he got my main gun out. So he like, yeah, B, word to mother, man. Word up, man. Niggas better not be fronting me. Was word up. I give it to niggas, B. That's my word, nigga. That's my word. So I'm sitting there. Me, my other 2 mans, we sitting there. We watching this nigga do all this, you know what I'm saying? Do all this hummer stunting, you heard, right? And he talking mad crap. But I don't know who he talking to because I just came up the block because the chick Idris just told me, your peoples is about to get into something up the block, Larry, get up there. So boom, when I got up there, I just see my man beefing. And I don't know who he beefing with. And I see some Jamaican niggas looking scared, but them niggas ain't looking scared like that, you heard? So I'm like, yo, D, who you beefing with, B? He like, nah, B, these niggas, B, word up, B, these niggas talking shit, B. So I was like, yo, B, what you so I said, yo, D, B, who you beefing with? Why you got the gun out and you ain't doing nothing? So as soon as I said that, the dude who gun it really was, my other man who gun it really was, he said, yo, lad, he said, he snatched his gun. He said, give me my gun, man. Cause it's like, what my man was doing, all that dumb shit, all that bluffing shit, he had everybody like memorized. Like we was just waiting to see what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't doing nothing. He just talking shit with the gun out. So when I said, yo, D, why you got the gun out and you ain't doing nothing? And as soon as I said that, my man that the gun belonged to him, he snatched the gun from the nigga D, and he was like, yo, give me my gun, B. And then he looked at me and said, yo, lad, I should do something, right? And then soon as it was like the Jamaican niggas was reading, like the Jamaican niggas, everybody was right there. Everything happened right there in front of everybody. Everybody was quiet. So it was like my man took his gun, like, yo, give me my gun, B. And then he was like, yo, lad, I should do something, right? I said, yeah, B. You heard? Because That's the type of time we was on. Me and this nigga that gave him the gun, we came up on the same type of time. We came up knowing that if you pull that gun out, you supposed to use it. It ain't no way in the world you supposed to be pulling out a gun, beefing, talking shit. You understand what I'm saying? You could talk shit without a gun out. You heard? Once you pull a gun out, that gun supposed to go. Bop, 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 bop. You heard? Now, boom. So my man looked at me and was like, yo, I should do something, right? And me, being the devilish nigga that I am, I say, yeah. You heard? And soon as that I say, yeah, all you see is one Jamaican nigga out of all them niggas just start fucking down the hill. You heard? He running for dear life. And who running behind him for dear life? Us. We chasing that nigga down. Me, on the three of us, the nigga that pulled out the gun, and my man that got the gun, and me and my other man, we chasing this nigga down. It's one nigga, cause it's like once he heard my man say, I should do something right, that nigga said, like that. So we all chasing the nigga. My man like this. Hang, 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 hang. Chasing the nigga all the way down the whole schoolyard. Hung down 170. Hung. You heard? Boom. That Jamaican nigga running for dear life. That nigga lost. That nigga outran bullets, nigga. Yeah, nigga. That nigga outran bullets, nigga. Cause that nigga did not get hit. And we was on that nigga tail, nigga. And my man was letting loose at that nigga. Hung. So boom. Once we realized that we wasn't gonna catch him and he got away, we started walking. So boom, now we walking to the block. You heard? So boom, we walking and we quiet. It's four of us. And I come and what popped back in my mind was this nigga D pulling out the gun and not using it. So I was like, yo, D, man, what was that shit you just did, man? You pulled out the gun and all that, man. You heard? Come on, B, we don't do that. You know we don't do that. So I said it like on some school and shit because, you know, that's just how I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on some school and shit. So I just threw it in the ear like, yo, D, man, you can't be doing no shit like that. We don't get down like that. You don't pull out no gun and don't use it. And as soon as I said that, my other homie that gave him the gun, you know what I'm saying? He told the nigga, he said, yo, word to my mother, man, if I give anybody my gun, B, you better use it, B. That's my word, nigga. You ask for my gun and I give it to you, you better use it, B. And everybody was quiet walking like this. And I was like this. And I'm saying in my mind, yeah, nigga, my man is official. My man was on point, you heard? Because we was slipping, like we was sitting there watching this nigga D talk shit with the gun out for a moment before it went in my mind like, yo, D, who you talking to? What you doing with the gun out and you ain't doing nothing? And as soon as I said that, it brought my man on point because my man know the game. My man is official. My man be busting his gun. My man keep the gun on him. You heard? My man used to come to school with the gun on his chain, B. You heard? He used to come to school with his gun on his chain, B. You know what I'm saying? Bronx gunslingers, you heard? You know what I'm saying? He the nigga that started the Bronx gunslingers, you heard? You see what I'm saying? And he used to come to school with his gun on his chain. He had his gun on him every day. Every day. You heard? So now we walking down Grant, and my man telling everybody, he like, yo, listen, man, if you ask me for my gun and I give you my gun, you better use it, B. You heard? Don't ask for my gun if you ain't using it, you heard? So we walking, nobody said nothing because niggas already know homeboy who he basically talking to. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga D was the only one that was on that sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying sucker shit, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, he was hummer stunting, you heard? Hummer stunting, you heard? They call that hummer stunting, you heard? Fronting, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Faking jacks, you heard? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't get no gun, pull it out, talking shit to nigga, and don't use it, you heard? You know what I'm saying? So now, boom, that's the first joint, the first bang out. So now we walking to the block. So boom, now we run into one of our other mans, my guy G.O., you heard? So boom, now we running down. Now we had beef with some niggas on Sherman, you heard? Some Spanish dudes on Sherman. Like we used to have, our beef consisted of us fighting, you know, running around with knives, razors, trying to blow niggas. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to blow them niggas. We was trying to stab them niggas. We was beating them niggas up. But it really didn't get to the gun game yet. You heard? So now right after this shootout, we walk into the block. We run into my son Gio. So my son Gio like, yo, B, word to mother, niggas is fronting. So niggas like, word, we just got into the shootout up at Tab. You heard? We just chased some Jamaican nigga down. You heard? Nigga got away though. You heard? That nigga was running for dear life. Niggas like, oh word, niggas laughing and everything. So now we walking down to Sherman. So as soon as we walk down to Sherman, niggas see the Spanish niggas. You heard? Yo, what's up, B? What you niggas fronting? Down, doom, down, 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 doom, down, down. You heard? Cause now my man Guard got his shit. So niggas is letting off. My man such and such that just was busting off at Tab. He letting off again, and my man Guard letting off again at these Spanish niggas. You heard? Up there on Sherman, you heard? They was going, it was some Spanish niggas, they was going by Vamps. You heard? They was going by Vamps. There was a couple of them niggas that was down with a gang called the Vamps down there by Mount Haven Projects. You know what I'm saying? It was a gang called the Vamps by Mount Haven Projects and of Spanish dudes, and they was putting in work down there by Mount Haven. They was known for officially down there, but they had a couple of dudes that lived down there on Sherman in our hood. You heard? And they was claiming that gang. And the ones that was claiming that gang, they thought they was tough. They was trying to amp up the other niggas from the block to go against us. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So that was brewing up. And then that's what we ran into that day. Because my man Gio was like, niggas was fronting on him. And so he went to get his thing. And it just so happened we ran into him at the same time. And we already had one of the things on us. So boom. So now niggas get into a bang out down there on Sherman. You heard? With the Spanish niggas. You heard? Boom, boom. I can't even... Matter of fact, my man Gio got hit by accident. He got hit by one of us. You heard? My man wound up hitting him by accident. You heard? Cause he was in the way of the bullets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, B. Shit was crazy, B. So my man wound up going to the hospital. So boom. I started to break off from them niggas. They walked me to my block, to the park, and I broke off from them niggas. I was like, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all niggas later. Boom, boom. So now I go to my block. I'm chilling with niggas on my block. I'm chilling with two niggas from my hood, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, B, we just got into 2 shootouts, B. Niggas around Tab, and when we got to Sherman, we banged out with the Spanish niggas. Niggas shot the Jamaican niggas up at Tab, and now when we get to the we was walking to Sherman after the shootout at Tab, we ran right into another shootout with the Spanish niggas, and family wound up shooting Guard by accident, Gio by accident. You heard? And niggas like, yeah, B, oh damn, B, that niggas is crazy, B. That niggas bugging today. It's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's in the water today, man. We on it, B. And I'm telling y'all niggas, we only like, I think we was only like 16 at this time. We had like 16, 17. You heard? So it was like, all right. So boom. So now, my niggas that I'm with, that I just was in 2 shootouts with them niggas. I'm like, what's up with y'all niggas? Where y'all going? So it was 2 of them. They was like, yeah, we gonna go to 125th Street to get some sneakers. You heard? So I'm like, all right. So they left. So I went with niggas on my block. So we had in one of our buildings on my block, it was a spot called the Buddha Hut. You know what I'm saying? So I named it the Buddha Hut. Me and my niggas. So, cause we was the first niggas like in our age brackets that was started smoking and all that. Cause niggas was squares on my block. You know what I'm saying? So boom, we smoking weed in the Buddha Hut. So boom, as soon as we come out the Buddha Hut and we walking out the building, all we hear is shots. Dang, 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 dang. So boom, we look up, we see 2 niggas running, and it's a nigga chasing them, and no, we see 3 niggas running, and I look up, and the 3 niggas that's running is the 3 niggas that I was just with. You heard? My niggas. You heard? And the nigga, somebody that's chasing them, it's a guy chasing them niggas, and all you see is 3 dudes running, but periodically, the dude with the gun keep busting back, like, bah, bang, bah, bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get the nigga from that was chasing them off their tail. But the nigga that was chasing them was not stop chasing them niggas. So he chased them niggas all the way across the concourse. So boom. So when we walked to the front of the building where them niggas just was shooting at, all you see is little blood drops on the floor. You heard? So the crazy shit was, we know who we just left in front of the building before we went in the Buddha hut and started smoking. It was a dude from my block. You know what I'm saying? He's selling drugs out there in front of the building. So he was the only one out there when we left. And we only went up in the Buddha hut for like 15, 20 minutes, smoked a couple of blunts, and then we left, came out of there. When we came out of there, as soon as we came out of there, we heard the shots. Then we see the niggas running in the park. And it just so happened that the 3 niggas that's running is 3 of my mans that I was just with, just doing 2 shootouts. You heard? So them niggas is running. I'm seeing the nigga that was standing in front of the building, Pops, chasing them nigga. You heard? So I'm like, we like, damn, what happened just now? So boom, we get to the building. We see blood on the floor, little drops of blood. Now, little drops of blood is going all the way into the building. So we go all the way, we following the blood drops. We following the blood drops. They going all the way up the steps to the 3rd floor. All the way into my man's door. So we knock on the door. My man open up the door. That nigga got a towel on his head, on his face, talking about, yo, man, nigga shot me in the face, B. Nigga shot me in the face. I'm like, what? Nigga like, yeah, nigga shot me in the face, B. You heard? Yo, man. I'm like this. I'm shocked because this nigga walking around, pacing up and down. Yo, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. They call the ambulance. They got him out of there. Boom. Now I'm fucked up because I'm like, damn, B. I was with them niggas all day. I was part of 2 shootouts with them niggas. Them niggas ain't even tell me they was going to come to my block and shoot this nigga. You heard? Boom. There it was. You heard? These niggas was my niggas so much. These niggas didn't even want to tell me that they was going to come to my block. And cause they had beef, cause one of the niggas that I was with had beef with this kid that they shot in his face on my block. It was a small beef that started weeks before that blew up outrageous. And this dude from my block was older dude. He's older than me. He's way older than them. And basically, he wasn't really supposed to have beef with this kid, but somehow they got into some little discrepancy. You heard? I know what the discrepancy was over and how it started, but at the end of the day, I used to roll with my niggas. I knew, and this nigga was an older nigga from my block. I felt that these niggas should have never even had beef. You understand what I'm saying? They should have never had beef. You know what I'm saying? And so now, this dude that I was already rolling with, we already was a part of 2 shootouts. He heard when my man told him, yo, if I give my gun to you, you better use it. You heard? And word to my mother, the dude used that as an excuse to say, yo, you know something? I got beef with the dude over there on such and such, you heard? And my man already told him, you already know what I told you. If I put my joint in your joint, you gotta use it, you heard? So boom, them niggas ain't wanna tell me what was going on because they knew that I would've been like, come on, man, y'all niggas chill, B. You know what I'm saying? When I don't know gangster shit, them niggas had love for me. Like I told you, I was with them niggas. I told you, a chick called me and said, your friends is up there about to get it on, Larry. I ran all the way up the hill to hold niggas down. Cause that's how much niggas was my niggas. And niggas was my and they was my niggas just like I was they nigga. So if they would have told me, yo, we gonna go to your block and we gonna shoot such and such, I would have convinced them not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be like, come on, B, chill, man. That nigga ain't built like that. Y'all ain't got to do all that. You heard? I don't know if that would have made them, that probably would have persuaded them for that day, but it probably wouldn't have persuaded them forever because it seemed like niggas wanted to put in that work and they did. You heard? So, boom. Niggas put in that work. So, boom. I wound up seeing my man that with the gun, like 2 days later, after the nigga on my block gets shot, I'm getting on the train, we going up to Fordham, we going to do our robbery thing, and my man get on that 6-7, and I already know how my man play. He keep that thing on him, this and that and this. But I remember when we got on the train with him, and I got on the train with him, I was like, what's good, bro? And he was like, what's good and all that. And my man always was on point, and he was looking at me and looking at niggas with a look like he didn't know how we really felt about that. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And he know that niggas was responsible for shit. So basically, he was looking at me with a look like trying to test my temperature. But I gave him the energy like, nigga, I don't care what you did to homeboy on my block. I just only thing I would have wished that you would have told me you would have did it. Cause I would have tried to talk y'all niggas out of it, or I would have mind my business like I did. You know what I'm saying? But because at the end of the day, that was a corny ass beat that happened between them niggas that should have never happened. But I was with them niggas for three on the other two shootouts. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. And my man told niggas from the jump, from the first incident, yo, if I get niggas my gun, you better use it. You heard? So that's the era that we came up in, B. You don't pull out no gun. You don't pull out no weapon. You don't pull out nothing on nobody unless you gonna use it, B. Unless you gonna lose it. Let's get it, nigga.